Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. As you can see, we landed successfully on Bob in the last episode, and after a short EVA, Derdo has discovered something with his instruments, and so he needs to do a short flight to investigate this anomaly on the surface of Bob. And in this case, let me enable SAS, let me just have a short view on our orbital map so that I can aim my trajectory. And now it's time to do our first takeoff on Bob. I hope we are not wasting too much fuel in this case. In 3, 2, 1 and liftoff. Here we go, here we go. We are leaving our very first landing site and we are aiming basically straight to the north, or not completely to the north. Let's see. I need to keep track of it, or to keep track of my trajectory here in the orbital map, and I have to be very carefully that I'm not running into these mountains, because there are several high mountains on the surface of Bob. And here we landed on one of these mountains because we landed at a position at about 11 kilometers or about 12 kilometers, and this is pretty high. And yeah, now we are, as you can see, leaving our mountain and we are aiming. Okay, now I need to make sure that the trajectory keeps under control. I do not want to raise my apoapsis too high, so I think I will cut the throttle at around 17 kilometers right now. Okay, now we need to coast until we arrive up there, so 2.5 minutes, and then I will do a second burn to speed a little bit up. And yeah, one thing that is pretty special, okay, we are already pretty high, and we are already about 5 kilometers away from our first landing site, is that you can, while you're flying pretty low over such a celestial body, you can really enjoy the landscape, and it's just amazing to fly here around and to have even a visual over to this grayish area. We have already explored this a little bit in the last episode, but right now we are able to fly across it, and this is really special, and it's just amazing to have this beautiful view down to the surface. And yeah, let us see what happens if we are turning our vessel a little bit around. This is a view of Derdo. This is pretty interesting. And well, it's also pretty interesting when we are flying a little bit lower, then we would see the ground scatter I've enabled, and this is also pretty special. It's a little bit like when we are looking at the pictures from the Rosetta spacecraft currently at the comet. And yeah, this is also pretty special to see these rocks on the surface of the comet, and here I'm pretty amazed by this, and I'm really enjoying my ride here in Kerbal Space Program across the surface of Bob. And yeah, Derdo is a little bit unsure about his situation because he is not quite sure what kind of readings he has discovered while he was on his EVA. And yeah, what are we doing? We are only 1 minute away from our apoapsis, where we want to do a second burn to extend a little bit our trajectory, because we need to fly past the north pole of Bob, and then we will have even a visual on Joule, and I think this could be pretty special to enjoy this beautiful view. And only 50 seconds to go. Wait, can I even set up some kind of maneuver node up there? This would be pretty helpful. I like to increase just a little bit our trajectory so that, oh crap, that I insert myself into an orbit, because there we have this high elevation. I think I need to do somewhere over there a braking maneuver. I think there is a little bit of space between the surface and ourselves. Okay, we need to do a short burn. Oh, well, a burn of about 70 meters per second in 12 seconds. As I said, I hope I do not waste too much of fuel, because, well, I need a little bit of this fuel later on for my driving section, because at some point we need to leave Bob and we need to rendezvous with one of the other spacecrafts to refuel our driving section. And yeah, this is... Okay, now I have inserted myself into an orbit. I need to raise just a little bit my trajectory, okay? Like this. And then I think after I passed this high elevation, I can start doing a... Oh, we would crash here into some mountains. But here, I think the source of the readings from my instruments is coming from this general direction. And yeah, now we need to fly up there. How long does it take? 11 minutes, an 11-minute flight. So I think it's a good time to do some time lapse. Yeah, time lapse. And oh, Derdo is now smiling. Cannot walk faster? Is there not an option to access the physical time acceleration? I don't think so. So okay, we have to do now a quite long flight. So in this case, I think I will do time lapse, or I will cut it completely out, and I will bring you back in once we get to the most exciting part in about 9 minutes, when we are coming across the high elevation. And yeah, currently I think we have here, there's a little bit of a gap between our trajectory and the surface, so I hope we can fly across it. I think this will be a pretty close flyby, and I think this will be pretty special. So in this case, here, enjoy the ride, and I will be back as soon as we are getting closer to this high elevation and we have our close flyby. In this case here, as I said, enjoy. Okay, we are only less than 1 minute away from the lowest point of our flight. Well, not completely the lowest point. The maneuver node has a little bit shifted, but we're getting pretty close to the lowest point of our flight. And yeah, things getting really intense. And in this case, I have the feeling that I should remove my landing gear, and I should retract my ladder, just in the case that I'm not scratching with them or the surface of Bob. This would be really bad, and I'm a little bit concerned. Is the prediction a little bit wrong? I'm not quite sure. I'm really scared right now. There I can see my shadow. Maybe I should just do a gentle burn to increase a little bit my altitude, because, well, look at Derdo. Derdo is also not very sure about his situation. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I should throttle up a little bit more. Okay. There we can see our shadow as we are flying across the surface of Bob. Ooh, this is close. We are getting even closer. What is our radar altitude indicating? 200 meters. Okay, I think I need to throttle up a bit more. Radar, 200 meters. Ooh, good. Whoa, there we saw the light. Okay, and we barely made it. We barely made it. Now the radar altitude is increasing again. Whew, this was close. This was really close. Okay, now I have finished my flight, and now I think I should make sure that I'm not flying past my target. I hope I can find my target here, because we're getting in the darkness. Yeah, I think I see something, because over there is something flickering around. There's some kind of pixel also, and I think this pixel could be our target, and I think we need to push ourselves a little bit closer to this direction. And we do have a visual on Joule. We do have a visual on Joule. Okay, let's continue our burn. I think we need to burn a little bit more sideways to our current trajectory to get closer to our target. Down there is something bright, and I have the slight feeling that this is our target. There we want to land. And now I have to waste a little bit fuel to align myself a little bit better to our target, and then I have to kill all my lateral and horizontal movement in order to just go straight down. And here I think Derdo found this, and he is still pretty unsure. Well, he survived the pretty low part of his flight, but now it's getting interesting. Now he gets closer to what he has discovered, and he can already extend his landing gear, because now we have finished and we made it to fly past the lowest point. And yes, we are getting closer. What is our trajectory doing? Okay, we have to descend straight down for quite a while. So I think I should start slowing down. And then I think I think I should turn a little bit over in this general direction, so that I'm getting a little bit closer to the bright dot where I like to land at. I'm just eyeballing it right now. There are no helpful indications on my nav ball. I just hope I'm doing it right now. Okay, I'm now slowing down even more. And I hope the bright dot is really what I think we have discovered in our readings. And orbit is decreasing our orbital velocity. Okay, currently I think we are pretty close to our goal. What is our surface velocity? The surface and the orbital velocity are the same. And I think we almost managed it to come to a stop. And let's cut the engine. Very good, very good. So now we should start falling straight down, and I'm not quite sure. The gravity here on Bob is pretty low, so I think it will take quite a while to descend down there. And well, hey, look at this beautiful view over to Joule. This is amazing. And another thing as well, we do have a lot of fuel left. I'm not quite sure how much fuel I will need to insert myself again into an orbit. And then the next problem is we are a little bit off from our trajectory of the driving section. I'm not quite sure, is Bob rotating, so that maybe Bob is rotating under the driving section, and so at some point we do have an intersection with it. This would be pretty amazing, but I'm not quite sure if this is really going to happen, or yeah, we need to pay a little bit attention to the rotation of Bob. But right now we are descending, we are getting closer to our goal, where we want to investigate something. And I think it's now time for a time-lapse, because, well, we are pretty high, and it will take some time to descend down because of the low gravity of Bob. Okay, the needle of the radar altimeter starts to move again, so it's now a good time to start our deceleration burn to slow our descent a little bit, and, well, a little bit we can start moving our spacecraft to the side so that we are getting a little bit closer to the dot where I like to land. Okay, looking good, looking good. We are descending, we get closer to this bright thing on the surface we like to explore. And I don't want to get too slow. Let's cut the engine right now. Maybe I can get a little bit closer to it. Let me just do a slight burn to get a little bit closer to this bright thing on the surface illuminated by the sun. Now let's turn the spacecraft again around. I think we can pull off a pretty good landing. I don't want to land too close to it. Okay, maybe over here. Gently, gently. What is our radar altitude? Still above 1000 kilometers, 1000 meters. And we are getting closer, we are getting closer. What is this mysterious thing down there at the surface? Derdo Kerman is excited to find out, as I do myself. Getting closer, getting closer. Radio altitude, 1 kilometer of altitude, very good. Can we rotate our spacecraft a little bit around so that we might have a visual out of the window to our goal? Oh, I rotated a little bit too much. Let's start to slow down a bit. Okay, we have our landing light. This is good because we are a little bit in the shadow of Bob, so it's quite helpful that we do have our landing lights helping us to see the surface. And we are doing our next nice landing approach. This is pretty amazing. Derdo is smiling. Derdo is really happy. Okay, well, let's throttle up a bit to prepare our landing. Good velocity, good velocity. Gently, gently. Gently. Getting closer. Getting closer. Getting closer. And cut the engine. Well done. Well done, Derdo Kerman. Well done. Let's switch off SAS. Let's extend the ladder. Okay, what can we see out of the window? We can see that there is something laying around, but we can't really identify what this is. Okay, Bob. Not Bob. Okay, Derdo. Now it's up to you. Switch on your lights and be careful. You are not sure what you see down there. Let's get your jetpack and okay. Let's close in. Let's close in. What is this mysterious thing over there? Getting closer. Still not quite sure what the thing is. What is Derdo thinking? Derdo smiling. He's enjoying his ride as he is getting closer to this mysterious thing on the surface of the small moon. It's interesting to see. I'm pretty amazed to get close to it. It has some tentacles. What could it be? What could the thing be? And we are getting closer. We are getting closer. It really has some tentacles. And it's a space Kraken. Yes, we found the Kraken, the dead Kraken. And we defeated this Kraken because we managed to arrive here at Bob, although I messed up a little bit the rotation of my orbit around Jewel. But yes, we made it. We found a dead Kraken. And this is pretty amazing. Okay, so there are some tentacles. I think over here are the eyes of the Kraken. And well, I think one eye has fallen off. I think it was attached over there. And I think this is the mouth of the Kraken. And yes, we discovered it. Hey, look at our shadow at the Kraken. This is great. Okay, what is Derdo thinking about this Kraken? He is enjoying it. He is enjoying his discovery that he found the Kraken. This is cool. This is really cool. And look at his shadow. This is great. This is great. Okay, Derdo has... Have I just said Bob? I hope not. Okay, Derdo is happy. He found the Kraken. He found, or he made a great discovery. And yeah, now he can investigate a little bit more this Kraken. And while he is doing this, we can see what is going on for our next flight. I think the next thing which will happen is the arrival of the pole expedition. In this case, let me switch over to the pole expedition and have a look what the thing is doing. Baron Kerman is still 7 days, 1 week away from the Joule periapsis and from his aerobraking maneuver. And wait, I have the slight feeling I should investigate a little bit more of the Kraken. Because we have 7 days to go, so let me just switch to the Bob expedition once again. And okay, Derdo Kerman and the Kraken. Let's investigate a little bit more of the Kraken, because as I said, we have 7 days to go until the pole expedition will arrive. So what does the Kraken look like? There is a ball, some kind as his head. I'm not quite sure if this is the head of the Kraken or maybe more all his organs and all his innards. I'm not quite sure. Okay, we found a Kraken. This thing is pretty interesting. And it's amazing to see that we found the dead Kraken. We managed to kill it because we arrived here at Bob, and now I think Derdo Kerman should return to his Bob expedition just in the case that there is something bad going on next to the Kraken, so it's better to jump back into his capsule, and then we will finally do our approach with the pole expedition so that we can arrive with Baron Kerman also at Joule and prepare our encounter with with Pole. I'm pretty excited about this because then we can start discovering the next moon of Joule. And yeah, this is really cool. Now let me get closer. I think I should slow down a bit. Ooh, don't crash into your lander. Whoa, whoa, this was close, this was close. The next close flyby of Derdo today. Okay, okay. Now, careful, 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 careful. Well done, well done. Good job, Derdo, good job. Now, let's get you back to the ladder. Not so easy in this low gravity. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. Okay, grab. So, we discovered a dead Kraken, and now it's time, as I said, to do the approach at touchdown 3. No, I want to have the pole expedition. Okay, switch to. Now, for the second time, we have switched to the pole expedition with Baron Kerman, and I think, yeah, it's now time for him to arrive there. But this will happen in the next episode. In this case, until next time, my name is Abby. See you!